And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again another day, committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media and providing you the timely truth centered around real estate, credit, finance, estate planning, tax planning, and so much more. Over 80 show categories here on the Consumer Quarterback Show that we cover, and we all want to entertain, educate, enlighten, but most importantly, we want to engage you in an effort to help you win in any marketplace.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Now, we got to engage, so the way that you can engage is through our hotline, 813-670-7372. Give us a call or a text at 813-670-7372. Now, you can also submit a form and check out our expert contributors, all their contact information at consumerqb.com. That's our website, blog site, a plethora of information, consumerqb.com. And for Platinum MVP Realty as well, platinummvprealty.net. Intelligent Talk Radio, I've got some intelligent folks here in studio with me today. Back in studio, Mayor Rick Kriseman from St. Petersburg. Welcome in, sir.
It is great to be with you again.
Thanks so much. Appreciate you coming in.
Absolutely.
Have a lot of fun here. Ian Beckles in the house as well. He's got his own show on 102.5 The Bone, The Dignitary Life, and longtime talk radio legend here in Tampa Bay, Buccaneer player. Welcome in.
Thank you. I appreciate you throwing that word legend around.
That's right, man. Yeah, that's right. Back in studio, my man, Leo Cannyn.
I'm very excited to be here today. I mean, we work hand in hand with the City of St. Pete's Permitting Department, so it's great to have the mayor sitting across from us.
That's right. Awesome. Good stuff. So we've got Intelligent Talk Radio here. We're going to talk about things happening in Tampa Bay and educate you a little bit and help you with any type of questions that you may have. We'd love to hear from you. And we're giving a shout out to Kipton's, the Hotel Zamora on beautiful St. Pete Beach. It's the first new hotel built on St. Pete Beach in decades. Spanish ancestry, cool Mediterranean attitude. It's a whitewashed Mediterranean palace. Now, they've got rooftop yoga on the weekends. And if you're a boater like me, I like to pull the boat up and you can dock up and hang out by the pool in the hot tub. The Castile restaurant on site as well. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Great place to go hang out. And had a cool pool party there a few weeks back with Ian and his team from the 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock hour on the Bone. So we're here in studio helping you win in any marketplace. Coming up as well, they got the top 10 places to visit in St. Pete. We're going to have a little guessing game there with our expert contributors, and we got our feel-good story of the week as well coming up. But let's go ahead and jump right into this great content. Mayor Kriseman from St. Petersburg, Tampa Bay is on fire, real estate market's hot, the economy, jobs, a lot of good things happening.
It is an unbelievable time to live in St. Petersburg or to visit St. Petersburg. I don't think I've ever seen the city as alive as it is right now. It doesn't matter where you go. It used to just be in the downtown core, out by the water on the waterfront Beach Drive, but just walk up Central Avenue and, block after block, there are new restaurants, new shops that have opened. Start heading south on 34th Street, heading south on 22nd Street, on 4th Street. The city's just really come alive.
Yeah, and a lot of growth, a lot of things happening. What are some of the challenges that you're seeing? As far as we have a lot of real estate folks on here, they talk about permitting challenges from time to time. What are you seeing with that growth come challenges? What are you seeing?
Oh, no question about it. And we are on track right now. If things continue the way they are, for us to have issued more permits in 1 year than we have ever in our entire history.
Wow.
But with that success comes the challenges of trying to get those permits issued, get the properties inspected, be consistent in how we're doing it. And, we know we got some challenges there. So we're working on that. Not only affordable housing is a challenge, making sure that, people can afford to live in the city, but keep small businesses open in the city as we become more successful. Rents start going up, and those small businesses, which were the pioneers on Central Avenue and on other places, start finding themselves a little bit more squeezed. So it's a challenge.
It is a challenge the way that. So you mentioned the permits are up, the challenges there with the the zoning and different things there. And the growth in St. Pete has been tremendous. A lot of cool things happening. Great place to be. I think a lot of millennials are naturally gravitating from other parts of Tampa Bay over the last few years to that area. So it's a great place to live, work, and play, and that's been part of the focus, and that's what Mayor Buckhorn's doing in Tampa, is to try to keep more of the the guys and gals from working and leaving, going to the suburbs back to Tampa. So what's in the future? What do you see coming up here?
Well, and I think Bob's done a great job here in Tampa, and he and I have been friends a long time, so we enjoy working together on things that promote our region. But in St. Petersburg, I think that the area that's going to be the hottest going forward is really an area we call the Skyway Marina District, which is on 34th Street South, between 30th Avenue and 54th Avenue. Phillips Development is already doing a 9-acre development that was announced. You've got the Getaway coming there. Maximo Marina is under construction, is being completely redeveloped, and there's a number of other sites along that corridor that we've been working with that are looking to relocate or to redevelop. So I think you're going to see housing come in there. You're going to see office opportunity and businesses. Hopefully we'll get some more restaurants and some shops so that people that live south of Central aren't always having to go over into the Tyrone area or into the downtown to do their shopping or eating.
Right. Now, we talk a lot about real estate here on the show. By the way, if you just joined us, we're talking with Mayor Rick Kriseman here of St. Petersburg. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. We talk a lot about real estate. So can you speak to some of those first-time buyers, maybe those renters that are renting? Are there any municipality programs, down payment assistance programs, things that are helping them in that space?
Yeah, we have a whole lot of different programs to help first-time homeowners with down payment assistance. If a lot of times for some people it's a matter of fact that they're outgrowing their home and they want to expand, do an addition. So we've got programs to help with remodeling and additions and renovation of your homes, zero interest loans for if you qualify for purchase or remodeling. So there's a number of programs. If you go to the city's website, stpete.org, and check out our housing site on there, you can find all the different programs we offer. Nice.
Yeah, I like that. We'll post that on our blog as well, consumerqb.com. We'll blog about that and post that information there. We want to be a resource for you out there. And so let's see. We talked about the Manhattan Casino as well. What's happening there?
Yeah, so Manhattan Casino is a building that is on an area we call the Deuces, 22nd Street South. It is a historic structure where, musicians, Count Basie, Duke Ellington, those kind of folks used to perform there, and it has been vacant now for a little over a year. And we finally went out and got some bids that had come into us that were submitted, and made a selection and chose a group called the Callaloo Group. They are well financed. In fact, vice president of that company is Vincent Jackson,
nice,
former Buccaneer. But what's exciting to me is they not only have the resources to put something sustainable that's going to be there for a number of years in that facility, but they are committed to honoring the history of that building and really bringing that building and that corridor back to life. And that's a big boost for the Deuces area of town, and we're real excited about it.
Yeah, very cool. That's interesting. We'll have to check that out. And you got the pier construction going on.
We do. It is under construction finally. The pilings are going in. It is scheduled to open in late 2018, early 2019. The pier and the Uplands area both are in budget, despite what you might be reading. They are in budget. It is going to be a great addition to our waterfront park system. But really, I think what's exciting about the new pier is it's going to be a place that not just tourists want to go to, but the people who live in the community that we're going to all want to go to. Families are going to be able to go there. It's going to be affordable. And so it'll be a place that if you live in the city, you're not just going because you've got somebody visiting you. You're going because you want to go and enjoy that downtown waterfront park.
That'll be nice. How long is that estimated?
So it'll be, we've got about a year of construction. I anticipate that beginning of late 2018 to early 2019, it'll be open, and it's about 26 acres, the entire site now, which is considerably more. It used to just be, that inverted pyramid, and there wasn't a whole lot else out there.
Yep.
Now there's going to be something to engage you all the way down till you reach the end where the fishing pier will be.
Yeah, I love it. Enjoying the waterfronts here in Tampa Bay. I'm a member of Freedom Boat Club, and getting out there on the weekends. There's so much to do. There's a location downtown there, and Treasure Island, Tierra Verde, all across the Bay Area. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. To embrace that waterfront area is such a nice thing to have. As an additional, to our skyline here in Tampa Bay.
Well, what's going to be nice is that, as someone who has a boat or gets use of a boat, if you wanted to go to the pier in the past, there was no place to dock your boat. We will have dockage at the new pier, so people can come visit and they can come by boat, which is something haven't been able to do in the past.
Very nice. Yeah. That's great. Yeah, that's great. You know, the water to enjoy the waterfront out here in Tampa Bay, and then you go around to the Zamora. Last time we talked about the Zamora.
Oh, yeah.
Have you hung out over there lately?
I have. It is beautiful. I wish it was a part of my city.
Yeah, right.
Maybe someday. But yeah, it's a great addition to St. Pete Beach. That rooftop bar is hard to not find yourself gravitating to that place.
Great place, yeah. The rooftop 360, taking in those views. All right, so more from Mayor Kriseman. I want to bring Ian Beckles into the conversation. So, yeah, Ian, dignitary life, a lot of things happening here in Tampa Bay. And, yeah, man, great place to live, work, and play.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in the Tampa Bay area since 1990, and you speak of Hotel Zamora. I'll be staying there this weekend.
Nice.
On Friday and Saturday, so I love that place as well. And I'm a South Tampa guy.
Yeah.
But I'm also the guy that goes everywhere. Like
Yeah.
I'm in St. Pete often. I'm in Clearwater. You'll find me in Plant City sometimes,
Yeah.
and I'm everywhere.
That's right.
And the thing back in the day when we were playing, and I was playing in 1990, there wasn't really a reason to go to St. Petersburg.
Right.
There wasn't. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
People say I'm going to St. Petersburg. I would say why. and now in 2017. I go to St. Petersburg, and I'm thinking people from here, other than the airport and sports, don't need to go to Tampa anymore.
Yeah.
Like St. Petersburg has surpassed Tampa.
Yeah.
I think
In a
Tampa
lot of ways.
is trying to come back up, but in a lot of ways, St. Petersburg has surpassed Tampa in the last few years.
Yeah, absolutely. The downtown, the nightlife, a lot of the restaurants, definitely.
Got a great feel.
Yeah, it does.
Really
Got a really cool vibe. I mean, it's a
Mm-hmm.
very similar vibe to like San Diego or some of the some of those metropolises of that magnitude, especially the beach feel to it.
If you're in Tampa and you want to go hang out and kind of store hop with your dog and walk around and have a coffee, there's not that many places.
Right.
I think Ybor used to be that, and it's kind of morphed out of that.
Yes.
And I think there's a lot coming in Tampa area, but St. Pete is just, you go there, everybody seems real happy.
That's
And
right.
everything is real artsy, and it's I love it.
Yeah, it is great. It's great. And you look at, too, now with the way the market is, too, people looking to move into the marketplace there, such a lack of inventory. It seems like we're constantly, as real estate agents, I own a real estate brokerage, they're constantly butting their heads, it's trying to find a property. There's a lack of inventory. But, I guess, some of the different towers going up, we're adding infrastructure, and then it gets into, the new home construction, a lot of new home construction going up around all of Tampa Bay. But that's one of the challenges we see as, professionals here in this market.
Well, that's good for you. I mean, I did a show once, and we were talking about some of the quickest growing cities in the world, and I believe St. Petersburg was on that list.
Yeah.
And the whole Tampa Bay area has grown. I used to live in Tampa Palms, to where when you used to go on Bruce B. Downs, you used to pass 75, and there was nothing until you went to Hunter's Green, and then nothing until you went to Pebble Creek.
Yeah.
And now you go there now, and that drive's first of all going to take you 30 minutes.
Yeah.
To go 2 miles maybe.
Yeah.
And there's stores everywhere. So Tampa Bay is not the same place. If you left in 1990 and came now, you would just get lost.
Yeah.
Because it's not the same city.
Yeah, it's very similar to where I grew up down in a small town called LaBelle, just east of Fort Myers. But yeah, you've got Naples, and you have Bonita Springs, Fort Myers. That's all kind of grown together too. I really think the Gulf Coast of Florida is the best coast in a lot of ways. You look at comparisons to Miami. Miami's great. It's an international city if you dig that kind of a style. But when you look at the Gulf Coast, man, what a great place to live, work, and play. So we'll talk more with Mayor Kriseman here. We got Ian Beckles in the house. Leo Cannyn going to be coming up as well. And I got a hot real estate property. Speaking of the Northeast area in St. Petersburg, I got 215 12th Avenue Northeast in St. Pete. This is a 4-bedroom, 5-bath pre-construction opportunity listed at $1.29 million in that old Northeast section. And that buyer is going to get to choose whatever type of specific colors they want on the countertops, cabinets, flooring, etc. So Platinum MVP Realty, check us out, platinummvprealty.net. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the top 10 places to visit in St. Pete. And we also have our feel-good story coming up later in the show. Giving a shout-out to the Maids Cleaning Service. They do a great job cleaning our real estate properties. 24-hour, 100% satisfaction guaranteed by the Maids Cleaning Service. They are referred for a reason. Stay with us. Don't touch that dial. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. Paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation, visit Pasco County, Florida.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP Realty. Giving a shout out to Brio Tuscan Grill at the International Plaza in Tampa, one of our restaurant partners, 2223 North West Shore Boulevard in Tampa. Brio Tuscan Grill is located off of Bay Street next to the Renaissance Tampa Hotel, International Plaza. And at Brio Tuscan Grill, you will discover an Italian menu, drinks, cozy atmosphere, and a friendly waitstaff, bringing you the pleasures of Tuscan Country Villa to Tampa. And we invite you to check it out. Make a reservation today. Brio Tuscan Grill, one of the restaurant partners of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And we're back here in studio. We got all-star lineup today in studio with this Mayor Rick Kriseman from St. Petersburg. We've got Ian Beckles. He's the founder of the Dignitary Brand, Dignitary Card. And also Leo Cannyn. He's Principal Project Manager for Barrel Engineering in the house. And let's go back to Ian here. So Ian, kind of talking about, we like to talk a little bit about football around here. I was talking to one of my buddies yesterday, my old roommate Marshall Smith, and we had sweet mate was Anthony Henry back in the day, and a lot of the OGs we call them, right, from the original group of the University of South Florida Bulls. So we're talking with Marshall, said, hey, how we looking, man? And he says, yeah, this is the highest USF has ever been ranked coming out of a preseason. I think he said we're number 19 this year.
Well, that's wonderful, and USF is starting to come up again. We saw what Jim Levitt did, and it kind of reached a peak, and then it kind of started sliding a little bit. It's starting to come back up, okay? And Charlie Strong, bringing Charlie Strong here, I'm not sure we didn't get better with coaching, okay? Yeah. I've always liked Charlie Strong. I think this could be a perfect place for him. Yep. He's not going to be Florida's coach. This could be the next best thing because he recruits very well in Florida. That's right. But this is the long and short of for sports. Last year, if you remember in the hockey season, every prognosticator out there picked the Lightning to win the Stanley Cup, and it didn't make the playoffs. Yeah. So, like the Buccaneers, there's a buzz. Everybody's hoping that they play well, but there's only one problem. there's probably 27 cities out of 32 that think they're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I can eliminate probably 5 teams.
Yeah.
Jacksonville ain't going.
No.
Cleveland ain't going.
No.
Chicago's not. I mean, there's 5 teams.
Yeah.
The other ones, they think they're going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So then you end up playing 16 games, and the other teams thinks they're going to win every week as well. So winning is hard.
That's
it's
right.
the same thing with USF. They're not going to sneak up on anybody because, they're going to be, favored in a lot of football games.
That's right.
And it all comes down to talent. I think they have more talent than they've had in a long time.
Well, they got a Heisman hopeful at quarterback.
Correct.
With Quentin Flowers. Got a good team. Great coaching staff. I agree with you on that with the Bulls. So, as a former USF Bull myself, we're excited about the team, excited about things happening in Tampa Bay. And then, of course, now you got the hard knocks jinx. Is it going to happen to the Bucs? They say the hard knocks jinx. Was catching up on the last episode the other day, and I think we might have our kicker situation figured out. Quarterback's looking strong. Defense is stout. What are you thinking there for the Bucs?
Well, our quarterback is strong. Has all the ability in the world to be fantastic, okay?
Yeah.
But he's still not fantastic yet.
Right.
He's right in the middle of the road. As far as potential leadership, wouldn't take anybody else but Jameis Winston, okay?
Yeah.
When you watch him play, he gets excitable sometimes.
Yep.
You see him throwing some passes. He threw a couple passes in the last game that you just can't do.
Yeah.
Okay, so he has that gunslinger mentality, so you don't really want to rein him in. You want to let him play.
Yep.
But, when he comes off the field a couple times, Dirk Cutter, and you're watching him throwing the triple coverage at times.
Yeah.
And that's decision-making.
Yes.
Like if you're triple covering somebody has single coverage somewhere and you missed it.
That's
okay?
right.
So, who doesn't miss that? Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Or Drew Brees.
Yeah.
Or any of the great ones. So he's not there yet.
Right.
But neither were they when they were his age.
Yeah.
Okay? And the stuff with the defense has to prove to me that they're stout.
Yeah.
They have to prove to me that they're stout.
Yeah.
Because we haven't really had a great defense in a dozen years.
Yeah.
Because you talk about great defense. We had a fantastic defense for maybe 13, 14 straight years. When I mean great, I mean top 5 in the NFL.
Yeah.
We have a fair defense.
Right.
So everybody has to kind of play to their level. We have some bigger names. But they have to prove to themselves that they can win before the buzz turns into anything.
Yeah, they got to get that momentum going, get that first win under your belt, get the momentum going, build on that, continue to improve each week, and I agree with you on Winston, the leadership. I mean, just seeing the way that he would go and talk to each player and get them in their, their right frame of mind. The team seems to be poised. We'll see what happens,
Poised is a funny word.
Yeah.
You lose a couple of games and see how poised you're going to be.
Yeah.
Poised, New England Patriots, they have poise.
Yeah.
Because they step on the field not hoping, knowing that they're going to win.
Yeah, it's a tradition. It's and it all starts at the Belichick level.
Sure.
You got the GM as well, but the coaching is a big part of it. So that's going to be interesting. What happens there and what plays out. We'll see.
It's going to be fun regardless.
Coming up soon. We got the first games coming up and a lot of good things happening. And, we got, kind of a mutual friend, too, with the Work Done Charities we talked about before. He's been on our show, and, they're coming down. We're going up there this year, and the Falcons, they're coming up. They had coming off of a, big season last year. Any early predictions? Any early predictions this year?
Well, I think I'm a realistic person. Okay, You have to prove to me you're good. I don't remember the last time I predicted the Bucs go to the playoffs, and I predicted that they go to the playoffs this year.
Okay.
So I see something that I haven't seen in a while. I don't know if they're ready to win divisions and go to Super Bowls yet.
Yep.
But you have to start somewhere. Okay,
Yeah.
and you don't usually come off of 12 losing seasons and go to the Super Bowl. It doesn't usually work that way.
Yeah.
But you can see them progressing as a football team, and you see them coming together, and you can see guys that are playing next to each other for season after season, and that's how you become good, okay?
Yep.
And once again, there's always exceptions. New England being an exception to everything. They can put anybody in, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, they've proven that.
Special. That's a special group.
That's some special stuff. They got a special quarterback and a special coach.
That's right.
So the rest of the pieces don't really matter. They don't matter.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we talk a little football. Let's talk a little bit about the Rowdies down in St. Pete, Mr. Kriseman. So we've got the Rowdies, a lot of things happening down there too. They made their bid. I'm not sure what the latest is on that. Did they get their bid accepted to join the MLS league?
So they made, they made their bid, and they're kind of in a holding pattern right now to see what MLS wants to do.
Okay.
I have had the pleasure of meeting with the commissioner of MLS. I went up to New York. Wanted to make sure that he knew that as a city, we were 100% committed to seeing MLS in St. Petersburg. Had a real good conversation with him and have had follow-up conversations with him. Likes the market, recognizes that, when you look at the media markets in the country, we are the largest media market basically that doesn't have an MLS franchise, and so that bodes well for us. But there's some stiff competition of the other franchisees that have applied potentially, and so we're crossing our fingers and hoping that MLS sees St. Pete as the next site.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll see. That's a great update for us. All right, so stay with us. Don't touch that dial. Consumer Quarterback Show. When we come back, more from our expert contributors. We've got the mayor of St. Petersburg in the house, Mayor Rick Kriseman. We've got Ian Beckles. He's the founder of the Dignitary Brand. And we also have Leo Cannyn, Principal Project Manager for Beryl Engineering, and more from our expert contributors. We've got our top 10 coming up as well. We're going to have our top 10 best places to visit in St. Pete, and our feel-good story of the week as well. 9-year-old teams up with Tampa Bay Rowdies to raise awareness for childhood cancer. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP Realty, and a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay. We're looking for sellers right now. If you're a homeowner and thinking about selling, we would love to talk to you. There's a limited supply of inventory. We've got a lot of buyers out there looking for properties. We've got several families right now that are looking for housing in the Tampa Bay market. They just can't quite find what they want here in Tampa Bay. So reach out to our hotline, 813-670-7372. Give us a call or a text at our hotline at 813-670-7372, and we're going to help you win in any marketplace.
Here's my number, so call me maybe.
And consumerqb.com, that's our website, blog site, a plethora of information available for you at consumerqb.com. Giving a shout out to Felicia Lacaille with Healthy Gourmet meal plan starting at $90 a week. Optimal fuel, optimal performance, Healthy Gourmet, organic veggies and natural proteins delivered fresh 3 times a week. So it's a healthy meal delivery service here in Tampa Bay. And, what else do you have in this world if you don't have your health? And Felicia Lacaille, longtime friend of the program here. So check her out on our website, consumerqb.com. Back here in studio, we've got Mayor Rick Kriseman in the house. We got Ian Beckles as well, and founder of the Dignitary Brand, and Leo Cannyn, Principal Project Manager for Beckles Engineering. So let's bring Leo into the conversation. So what's happening, man? A lot of good things out there. You got we had sinkholes going on. We had just a lot of different things happening in the Tampa Bay market. So tell us a little bit more about what you've been seeing.
Well, I agree with the mayor. I mean, we do a lot of permits for City of St. Pete. They've got a nice automated system. We send a lot with Linda over there. She's very accommodating for us. So anytime a municipality allows us to do electronic submissions, it just makes the process better. It makes it faster. The communication's easier. We don't have to go find a place to print prints because those places are becoming far and few between that'll even print large size plans. So we really like the process over at the City of St. Pete.
That's great. Yeah, it seems like the way that everything's moving. I mean, electronical submissions for your housing projects, things that you're doing. So that's great.
Yeah, City of Tampa also does the electronic submissions. It just, like I said before, it makes it easy. But I mean, City of St. Pete goes above and beyond with our contacts over there that they work with us.
That's great.
Directly at getting the corrections that we need to get they really want to focus on having the construction happen.
Right.
Whereas some municipalities, not going to name them, but they seem to be mired in bureaucracy, and they're like, we don't want growth in new buildings. But City of St. Pete's the opposite of that. They're really looking for that.
Yeah, it's you see that with different municipalities. Sometimes you think of the East Coast versus the West Coast of Florida back in the 80s. My dad was working with General Development Corporation, and so you kind of look at that. But so the permitting process is smoother, and it's allowing you to get more jobs done.
Yeah, and that allows the contractors to get out there faster. It's good for the economy. It's good for the construction industry. Just makes everyone happy. Even the end users, they don't have to wait months upon months before they get their room additions, or they open their bar up, or they open their new restaurant up. I mean, that's why we like doing business in the City of St. Pete.
That's right. So Beckles Project Engineering, you're able to help consumers with their plans, with maybe if they're looking to remove a load-bearing wall in a real estate property, or those types of things.
Yeah, we do a series, either adding an addition onto the back of the home, either adding an addition above the home. Worst case scenarios, like if you have a sinkhole or a tree falls on your home or the fire falls, we help you with the permitting plans. And it's in those scenarios where you have a disaster happen to the house, you want the permitting process to be as smooth and as fast as possible.
Yep.
People have been displaced from what they're normally accustomed to. It's a little different with a luxury item like an addition.
Mm-hmm.
People are more willing to wait, but when they just want their home restored to the way it used to be,
right,
that's when speed is of the essence.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're able to help folks with that. We see in Florida, especially kind of back to that inventory shortage theme that we see, and we talk about on this show. We talk about the renovation type loans that are available. And I think, take for example, let's say the Plant High School District in South Tampa. So many people want to live in that space, and you may have a 2-bedroom, 1-bath that needs to be, renovated, add a second bedroom or a bathroom rather, or a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, similar thing. That's a challenge for the inventory that we have that's existing in a lot of Hillsborough and Pinellas County.
Yeah, I had an inspection, or I can't mention the exact address, but had an inspection earlier this week in the Plant School District. And the house basically was vacant for a while. It was repossessed by the bank. someone had bought it, and then they found a lot more damage in the house. And I told them basically they should just turn around and sell the house to a builder who's going to bulldoze it. They can probably make double the money they paid on the house itself, and someone else is going to build what I call a McMansion.
Yep.
Right there and sell it for like $800,000. So that's what we're seeing a lot of. There's not enough inventory to go around, so people are just adding on to their existing house, which is the right thing to do.
Yeah, that's the trend you see, especially if you get a double lot and a great zip code, and, very similar to is that northeast section of St. Petersburg, the old northeast, a lot of similarities there.
Yeah, I love those historic districts. I think that northeast section is one of the historic districts, Seminole Heights Historic District. Those are really nice. Those districts that allow themselves to become historic, I live in one, Ybor City, that keeps the McMansions from moving in, allows you to maintain your flair, your charm. There's architectural review committees to make sure your houses look and feel historical. That really adds a lot to the feel of a city, and I'm really glad areas like St. Pete, Dunedin, Ybor City, Seminole Heights, they really enforce those because they don't want McMansions. They want the historic feel.
Yeah, keep the integrity of the neighborhood and keeping it similar to where it's been. That's part of it. That's a good part of real estate. That's the beauty of real estate. We talk about real estate on the show a lot, of course. And if you just joined us, I'm your host Brandon Rhymes. We're talking with Leo Cannyn, who's a manager for Beryl Engineering, and we talk a lot about real estate on the show. And there's so many aspects of real estate. I mean, you've got commercial, vacant land, income producing assets. I love the idea of someone that's renting right now, taking, moving from a renter's perspective, a renter's game, getting into the home ownership, talking to local contractors that we have. We've got Jason Avery coming on the show tomorrow, going to be talking about remodeling. And so there's a lot of things that you can do with real estate, but I love the idea of someone leveraging their loan products and getting into a triplex, a duplex, and now they're going to start that road to wealth. Building wealth through real estate.
Yeah, I agree with that fully. If you can get into a duplex or a triplex, not turning your existing single-family home into a duplex or triplex, but an actual zoned, historically zoned duplex or triplex, that's really a good way to do it. There's a lot of tax advantages, and I'm sure you've spoken to the accountants and the tax people on the show before that can help those investors. But you do decide to move into a duplex or triplex, just let your neighbors know you're just a renter and not you're the owner.
Yeah, right.
Get the knock on the door. My toilet broke.
Yeah. With investment properties, what is it? Tenants, toilets, and termites.
Yeah.
Sometimes. But all right, let's go ahead and let's jump into our top 10 list. So we're going to go around the horn here. We're going to do our top 10. So this is the top 10 best places in St. Pete to visit. So let's see. Let's start right here with Leo. We do a little guessing game here on the show. See where we can.
Yeah, I'm used to doing movies, so this one was a little tricky for me. But I'm going to have to say my number one is going to be Sunken Gardens.
Sunken Gardens is on the list at number 8. That's right. So it's a 4-acre attraction in downtown St. Petersburg, more than 50,000 tropical plants, as well as a variety of exotic birds. So yeah, Sunken Gardens is really nice. We just did a little, we're getting married in March of next year. So we did a nice little photo shoot there. That was fun.
Did you see a lot of Keenses?
I don't know. What?
You know what I'm talking about, the Keens.
Is that the little lizards?
No, they're the 15-year-old Hispanic girls. They do their photo shoots.
Oh, no. The quinceañera thing?
The quinces.
Okay. No, yeah. I didn't. No. Didn't see that.
I just went to my first one a couple months ago.
Quinceañera?
It's a big deal.
It's a
it
really
is.
big
It's
deal.
a big deal.
I grew up in a small country town, and we had a couple of those with our friends when we were growing up.
It was a hoot nanny.
Yeah.
Remember that word?
Yeah, I heard that.
Hoot nanny, yeah. You're not old enough.
That's funny. All right, so we're doing our top 10 places to visit in St. Pete. You got a guess?
I'm going to sound like I'm kissing butts, but Hotel Zamora, I know the mayor says it's not in his region, but I live in South Tampa, so it's just St. Pete to me. Hotel
Someday.
I love Hotel Zamora.
Yeah, I do.
It's a great feel there. It really
we were
does.
just there Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I love it. Even if it's just a 1 or 2 day getaway.
That's all I need.
Just a change of pace, go chill out on the beach, get a nice sunburn. Like you can tell, I got one from just.
Well, I don't touch the sand.
Yeah, you don't go over there.
Give me a balcony.
There you go.
I love a balcony. I don't want the sand.
Just overlook the
all.
Intracoastal.
That's all.
Balcony and a bucket of beer?
A cocktail and a cigar.
There you go.
I'm good.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
All right, so we're talking about the top places to visit in St. Pete. Mayor Kriseman, you're up.
See, you ask me a question that gets me in trouble as a mayor. You never want to point out one specific place, but actually, I think the coolest place in the city right now is Central Avenue.
Central Avenue.
And I know it's a broad area, but you can start down basically at 2nd and just walk all the way down to 31st, and you will see something different on every block.
And I think that's what's cool. You know, I kind of grew up in a different lifestyle, but I've never lived in that walkability lifestyle. I mean, that would be really cool to experience, you know, just walking around, like you said, Ian, you know, take the dog for a walk, or, you know, if you see a lot of the times the parents, the young parents, you know, they're pushing the strollers around, you know, the walkability, that, you know, that's a fun aspect of it. And by the way, number 2 on the list was St. Pete Beach. So according to, you know, so we'll throw some more on there with the number 2 on the list. So
I'm hoping this is number 1, Dali Museum.
the Dali Museum is actually number 3.
Wow.
So the Waterfront Dali Museum holds the largest collection of Salvador Dali's works outside of Spain. Number 3 on the list.
Very nice. Very nice.
Great. Yes, sir. Back to you, Ian.
Locale
Market. It is
Locale Market is immaculate.
That is number 4 on the list. We'll throw it in here. It says Saturday Morning Market. The market is held every week downtown St. Petersburg, a perfect place to buy fresh produce and a gift or two.
And you walk in there, and as somebody who loves food and all aspects of food, I mean, I could spend a couple hours in that place.
Yeah.
They have everything, and it looks good, and it tastes good, and it makes, you know, having good produce, it makes you a genius when you like to cook.
Yeah.
It's good when you start with great meat. It's the way to do it.
Are you a good cook, too?
No, I'm not a good cook. I'm a great cook.
Oh, nice. That's right. I mean, he had a show called Flavor of Tampa Bay.
I'm pretty confident with my cooking skills.
Nice. I like that.
Actually, we're about to start a barbecuing show. It's called Tailgater University. It's going to be myself and Ray Lampy.
Nice.
Dr. Barbecue, who has his own restaurant coming with Suzanne Perry from Dats and Rue. So
that's right.
I do love to barbecue.
Very cool. Very cool. Back to you, Mr. Kriseman.
All right, if I'm going to Museum of Fine Arts.
Museum of Fine Arts is number 10 on the list.
Okay.
Discover 4,500 years of civilization and the Museum of Fine Arts, located in the heart of downtown. Awesome. All right, we're going to save the other 5 for this next break, so stay with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're going through the top places to visit in St. Pete, and we also have our feel-good story of the week. A 9-year-old teams up with the Tampa Bay Rowdies to raise awareness for childhood cancer. This and more from our expert contributors. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
Hey everybody, I'm Forbes Riley, celebrity TV fitness host and creator of The Spin Gym. I'm here today with Brandon Rhymes, and you're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Great ways to get happy, healthy, and wealthy.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. Paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation, visit Pasco County, Florida.
listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes here, owner of Platinum MVP Realty, and we are here in studio, Intelligent Talk Radio. I've got some intelligent folks here in studio with me. Mayor Rick Kriseman of St. Petersburg, Ian Beckles in the house, as well as Leo Cannyn from Barrel Engineering. Talking about our top 10 list, we got that going, and we also have our feel-good story of the week coming up. But giving a shout-out to Signature Massage and Facial Spa here in Tampa Bay. Are you looking for a place to get a massage or a facial at an affordable price without having to sign up for a membership? Look no further. At Signature Massage and Facial Spa, they offer a 1-hour Swedish massage for $49.95. Always no contracts. Come in early for the early bird hours, and you'll receive an additional $10 off. And you'll receive a professional massage at a great price. For those muscles and knots that need extra work, ask about getting a deep tissue or sports massage, and if skincare is what you're looking for, they have amazing facial and microderm packages. Check out Signature Massage and Facial Spa at 11248 West Hillsborough Avenue in Tampa, and give them a call directly at 813-925-8898, 925-8898. Make sure you let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you, and they're going to get 10% off of your first visit over there. And we got our top 10 going on. We're in the middle of our top 10 here. I think we left off with the mayor. Is that right? Mayor Kriseman, were you up here? We're doing our guessing game here. So, all right, top 10 places to visit in St. Pete. Back to you.
Shuffleboard court.
Shuffleboard court. I don't see it on the list. Where is the shuffleboard?
Wow, over by Mirror Lake. It is become so popular. Go there on a Friday night, and you will see every court taken up.
Nice.
We are adding lighting to a number of courts that didn't have lighting on them because the lit courts get taken too quickly, and there's a line for them. There's typically either live music or there's music that's playing. People bring coolers of beer. There's a group from New York that came down to see the shuffleboard court specifically so they could go back to New York and try and recreate something like that up there.
Wow, so they're taking our ideas.
They are taking our ideas.
That's cool, man. I like that. I've never heard of that. So where's that located?
It's over in the Mirror Lake area in downtown.
Mirror Lake downtown. Cool. I'll have to take my daughter down there and check that out.
Oh, that's awesome.
Get her going on some shuffleboard. Different type of game to play. That's fun. All right, back to you. We're going this side, right, Leo?
It's things to do or things to see?
Top 10 places to visit in St. Pete.
Okay, so I'm not going to go with Janice Landing then. That would be things to do. Let's do with Baywalk.
Let's see. Is the Baywalk on there? No. Baywalk is not on here. Ian?
Well, I just going to come up with names that makes me go to St. Pete. Okay. Used to be Z Grill, and my guy Zach actually closed down, unfortunately. That was my favorite restaurant. But right around the way is Savory Spice Shop. I'm pretty sure it's not on the list. Yeah. But that's the reason why I would go to St.
There you go. That's why you would visit St.
There you go.
All right, let's do it. We'll go. So number 10 was the Museum of Fine Arts. Number 9 is Chihuly Collection.
Oh, okay.
Number 8, Sunken Gardens. Number 7, Weeden Island Preserve. It's a pretty cool hot spot for the boaters out there on the weekends. Number 6, Tropicana, home to our Tampa Bay Rays. Okay. Tropicana Field.
That's the obvious one.
Number 5, you got Mahaffey Theater.
I was going to say that.
Mahaffey Theater right there in downtown St. Petersburg. We talked about the Saturday morning market. We got the Dolly Museum at number 3, St. Pete Beach, and then number 1 on the list, Fort DeSoto Park. Yeah, so great place to visit and kind of camp out. You can camp out there, spanning 5 small islands. The 1,136-acre Fort DeSoto Park lies in the mouth of Tampa Bay. Attracts more than 2.7 million visitors per year. All right, having a little fun with our top 10 list there. And let's go ahead and jump into our feel-good story of the week.
Tell me something good.
All right, so we got a 9-year-old girl teams up with the Rowdies to collect toys. So you may not know it watching Addison play soccer, but she's not your average healthy 9-year-old. She has TRAP syndrome, which gives her reoccurring fevers. The fevers can really wear you down and knock her out for a little while. Addison's mom said, Alice said that they can last a long time. Addison's been on certain medications, and she gets blood infusions every other week from Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital. After treatment, she gets to take a toy from the hospital prize closet. But one day she noticed something was wrong. There were hardly any toys in there, and she was a little upset, but not for her but for other kids who wouldn't have anything to pick from. So Alice did something about it. She said, for my birthday party, I asked for toys for the hospital instead of toys for me. And Addison's birthday toy was to grown into a nonprofit, Sending Smiles. Sending Smiles is now teaming up with Tampa Bay Rowdies. Donation boxes will be placed outside the main gates of Al Lang Stadium for Saturday's game. And Rowdy fans can donate new, unused, or original packaging and new books. So that's great. Great story there. Feel good story of the week. Feel good with that one. Awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and let's do our lightning round here. Lightning round is where we're going to go around and
the lightning round.
I am so good at lightning rounds.
I majored in lightning rounds.
All right, top tips, things to do, things to avoid. Let's start off with Leo Cannyn here. Top tips, things to do, things to avoid, nuggets of advice.
Well, with the inventory so low right now, if you get pregnant, get married, you're looking to expand, have your in-laws moved in, think about adding to your home rather than finding a new one.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. A lot of good programs in place. 203K loans. You got the renovation style loans. Check into those down payment assistance programs. The mayor referenced as well. We're going to put a site on our link on our site for it as well. Good point. All right. Top tips, nuggets of advice, upcoming events, anything fun?
Okay. I have an event coming up for all the ladies out there.
Yep.
I've done this once before at Shula's way back when, and it was somebody else's event, and I thought it went very well. What I'm doing is I'm going to be teaching the game of football to ladies, because a lot of ladies love the game of football and they want to learn a little bit more. And it's hard to learn in the big picture when you don't know the little picture.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be kind of a football 101 chalk talk for ladies. And it's going to be at Cheval Golf and Country Club. And it's going to be in a couple weeks, September 7th. I think that's a Thursday. For information, go to chevalgac.com. That's chevalgac.com. And it's for the ladies. We're going to come and hang out, and we're just going to teach you football in and out. If you know a lot of football, it's fine. If you know no football at all, it's fine as well.
Great idea, man.
We're here to learn. We're here to learn.
That's good.
I know a lot about football. I don't know anything about anything else, so I could teach football.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, awesome. Good stuff. Mayor Kriseman.
So I talked a little bit earlier about the pier that we've got coming, and we're doing something a little different to get people excited about the pier, learn more about the pier. We're combining the pier with beer. We call it Pier Beer.
There you go.
So it's an opportunity to learn a little bit about the pier while you're drinking a great craft beer. And so like this last weekend, we were at one of our newest craft breweries called Flying Boat. Tonight we're going to be at Pinellas Ale Works, where you can come have some great beer and learn about the new pier.
Very cool.
So it's a great opportunity to really enjoy some good beer and learn about the pier.
Yeah, I like that. A lot of cool things in Tampa Bay. There's so much to do here, and it's a great place to live, work, and play. The Tampa Bay market is on fire in a lot of different ways, and we're attracting infrastructure, we're attracting young minds, young talent of all types to the Tampa Bay market. So it's a good place to live, work, and play. Real excited about the future prospects of things here in Tampa Bay. And a lot of good stuff. We got the Buccaneers coming up. We got a lot of football, things happening in that space. It's such a great place to live, work, and play. We're real excited about it.
You say it's on fire, you step outside, and it feels like it's literally on fire.
It does.
Literally on fire.
It does.
It's so hot.
Sometimes people complain about the little afternoon thunderstorms. Hey, I like it. Give us a little cool off.
Rain all day.
Little climate change happening.
Keep it some overcast.
My car says it's 107 outside.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. That's dangerous.
Especially the boys out there playing ball, man. I remember, Pop Warner football playing 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know how I made through.
Yeah, I played from 7 till 31 or 32. And now I look at it and it looks ridiculous. Like, I don't know why somebody would do that.
Yeah.
Other than money.
Yeah.
That makes it easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It helps a little bit.
No, it helps a lot.
Yeah. Especially with that Powerball number going up to 700.
Yeah.
Is it up to 700 now?
Yeah, I just got the Bay News 9 text. So, yeah, $700 million.
I don't want that much money.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
Yeah.
You think of all the taxes you'd have to pay.
I'd probably be dead in about 6 months.
Think about all the new friends you have.
Yeah.
That's going to be a problem.
That is a problem.
I had a quick real quick funny story. I had a gentleman that was selling a house. Talked to him on the phone for sale by owner. He said, "Yeah, I'm older. I'm kind of battling depression right now." He said, "But I read a book and it said the best way to beat depression is to list your house as a for sale by owner. You'll have so many new realtor friends."
Yes, that makes sense. That makes
have
sense.
a lot of people call him. So hey, I want to thank all of our expert contributors today. Great show, Mayor Kriseman. Thanks for coming in. Ian Beckles, thanks for joining us, and Leo Cannyn as well. Thanks so much. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness, something as simple as maybe packing up some leftover food you may have, carrying it with you to and from your commute to work, handing it to that person that you see in need. Be a force for good in the community. Go out there and volunteer, maybe donate some time or clothing at your church, and buy a police officer, sheriff deputy, buy him a lunch or a breakfast, and be a force for good out there. Send it forward, pay it forward, and continue to tune into our show here, the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show, weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.